what did the early church believe on something like a hotly debated topic between Protestants and Catholics, faith and works? What's kind of the perspective there?
Well, I don't think this one is as hotly debated in the early church as it is now.
Yeah.
I think the early church simply believed what the scripture said, that we're saved by grace through faith and obedience to Jesus. And I don't think that there's really much debate about this. Once we get past the Judaizers that are trying to say, hey, you have to do these particular things associated with the law, but kind of, St. Paul gave the smackdown in Galatians on that. I think there's always been this relationship and this understanding about it when it comes to faith and works. And, of course, some people went too far. You have the Pelagians, you have different heresies that talk about it. But notice what the church does. The church always swings us back to the correct understanding. I was talking with a priest last weekend, and we were studying in Romans, where the famous verse where St. Paul says that the just shall live by faith, and how Martin Luther took that and said, "See, faith alone."
Yeah.
But the reality is, St. Paul's quoting Habakkuk in that text, and the idea is being that the word faith doesn't just mean a belief; it means faithfulness. It's this working out of your faith. Mm-hmm. So to me, I guess I don't think there was this big hotly debated topic about faith versus works that the church didn't come in and lay the smackdown on. To me, it's we're saved by grace. And I don't see early church fathers walking around going, nope, you're not saved by obedience to Christ or doing it. I mean, because I know we're talking about baptism too. That's what the early church understood, is the genesis of your salvation comes to us by the grace of God through baptism, which you could easily argue is a work. Yeah. So no one is saying that you don't need any kind of work. That doesn't come until much later.
Yeah. I love that. I think a lot of people too, James is obviously touted, James 2:24, faith without works is dead, right? And I think a lot of people gloss over that a little bit too much, because when you really step back and you look at it, there's this animus, or this animated aspect of that comes with proper faith, right? Faith prompts action, right? And so in the same way, and he draws a beautiful analogy of the soul and the body, right? If you have a soul, this spirit, which he equates to faith, and the body, which is the active, temporal action that he equates to works, it's like one without the other, they're dead, they're not existent, right? And so one necessarily, it produces something that ultimately causes a transformative aspect in the world and the broader culture, it's really a beautiful thing when you see them tied so closely together that I think can be glossed over a lot. And it all stems and starts from grace. If you take Augustine's approach, right, where it's God is literally working your actions. There's nothing you're doing that he's not initiating and you're corresponding or cooperating with. Hey everyone, thank you so much for checking out this clip from the Practical Theism podcast. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to check out the full episode, you can do so by finding it on our YouTube channel. Definitely consider subscribing and ringing that little bell so you can continue to get updates and notifications when we release new episodes and new clips just like this one. I hope to see you soon.